Hello, everybody, and it's been a nice 2 weeks. I'm very upset that it's over, but it was a break, much needed, and I'm really grateful for it. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Hope you had a good New Year's. I hope you enjoyed the break as much as I did. Unfortunately, time does go on, and we must all move on. So that is what we are doing. Um, just wanted to go over a couple things. Last time that I posted, it was I think week 14, 13. So I'm gonna go over week 14 stuff briefly, real fast. I'm gonna get into it. Did a couple doodles here. Um, Mostly just doodles at this point. Nothing really too fancy. Did my Hiragana app. Kind of went through the numbers. Um, Trying to get more understanding of the words. I downloaded these recall tests. The first one I did was pretty good. I missed 17 katakana, but I didn't miss any hiragana. So I just need to practice some handwriting parts of it. So I didn't do too bad there. I've got a couple of these out, and I've actually done a couple of them, so I'm getting a little bit better. Going over the recall test missed results here. More doodles. More face sketches according to my assignments. I'm going through this pretty quickly because I got a few things I want to discuss. But yeah, getting some more line of action drawings in. Going over my Genki textbook. Like I said, I was going to go over some more vocabularies, write them down to better understand the alphabet. Um, yeah, just standard stuff. Really, nothing too special. Trying to incorporate some of the things I learned into character drawings. This one was my favorite one. This character here is one of the characters from my comic. I think she came out really well. Her original design was similar, but not quite like this. But I really like this design, so I will be working with it more as we go on. And then just some more concepts, designs, nothing too fancy. But this is everything. This is all the work that I did um, for this from starting from in September into December. So I did quite a bit, and more work on myself. This is the work I did on myself in the last part of the year, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's not as much as I would like it to be, but it is a lot. And when it comes to the Japanese language, I do feel like I'm retaining and getting a better understanding of it, even though it's a bit slow. I am learning, and that kind of makes me happy. The art side, I'm not sure if I'm getting any better at it or not, but I'm just going to keep at it because you can only get better if you keep doing it, right? So this puts an end to my first proto semester of work. Like I said, I did skip 2 weeks, but technically I did miss 2 weeks due to appointments and stuff like that. So it would have been a normal. It would have been normal for a semester anyway. I was trying to get up to certain amounts of practicing hours every week, but I didn't. So I'm just going to give myself a C. I guess if it was a proto semester, I can give myself a B. But I think if this was a real semester, I didn't really do everything. So priority C for that semester. Also has to do with my lack of having a solid curriculum. So that kind of sucked too. I feel like it got to a point where I was just kind of not knowing what I was doing. The Japanese languages had better understanding of what I was doing, so I had more progress with that, obviously. But I wish I checked these. The whole point I printed these off was because they have manga assignments here, and I was going over them. I was like, oh yeah, these are pretty good suggestions. You know what I mean? So I'm going to apply these manga suggestions to this semester, as well as continuing my line of action drawing, including faces and poses from references. I have a from the recommended book here, Mastering Manga. I found it, and I'll be doing. Let me get it over here. Here it is. That wasn't there before, so I must have just done that. That's unfortunate. What did I just do that on? Anyways, I'm going to be going through every single thing in this book. So, picking the style, all that kind of stuff, heads and faces. So probably the first class after I've done everything I need to do, the warm-up sketches, the faces from references, the poses from references. I'm going to do probably this, 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 and this as an assignment, and then do an assignment just copying all these hairstyles and different angles and everything as an assignment, then doing these as an assignment, and then doing all the eyes and assignment. Just different, just copying out of the book at this point to understand like the different shapes and eyes and that kind of stuff. They also have, I think, about 30 lessons in the back that we'll also do as we get to that point. So at least I will feel like that I am doing something, because there were a lot of times where I was like, well, now I've done poses and faces. I don't want to do that anymore. What can I do? So to start getting into the manga side of it and anime side of it, I will start copying out of this book just because it was in the curriculum, and I'm just going to see how it turns out. I also have this book. I bought it a while ago, and I have bookmarked lots of it. There was some useful information in there, but I wasn't really able to apply much because I didn't start technically get into doing the comic part quite yet. But I'm pretty sure I'll see a lot of things repeating, so we'll just read it. If I feel like I don't know what to do or off the time or I'm just sitting around doing nothing, I can just read a chapter, read a couple pages, and just look at it for references. But it is a good book. I do recommend it for anybody interested in doing comics. So that's pretty much what that is for the manga side. I'm going to try to make sure I have a whole list of characters that I want to work on every week for getting down the designs, but I might just kind of just take it as I go with the goal in mind to complete the primary characters that are going to be spending a lot of time that I'll be drawing. And then next semester, or maybe next semester, or maybe over the summer, just do all the characters throughout the year. By the end of the year, I want to have all the characters like what they have in here. Headshots, have the full standing character turnaround sheet, all that kind of stuff that this is asking me for all of my characters that are important for my comic. Have that done by the end of the year. I still need to finish up parts of the comic, but maybe by the time I finish with the characters, I'll have a better understanding of how they'll react, and it'll probably change a little bit again. So the script is not quite done yet, but hopefully it'll be done by the end of the year too. So that's about all for the manga side. If anything else comes up or I learn anything else, then I will obviously include it. But for now, that's what we're doing with that. We're just going to continue with what the original semester was supposed to be. Go from there, work out of these books, and then we'll see where it takes us. When it comes to the Japanese lessons, I will continue working out of the Genki workbook as well as the Genki textbook. I'm still going to be working out of the alphabet app that I've been doing until I can just right there get them out on top of like every time, like fluent into the characters, because I can read them now, but it does take me a second to kind of put them together and really get into them. But I'm pretty good at them now. I'm like 90% on the katakana and like 99% on the hiragana, so that's going to be fun. I'll just keep doing that. I'll continue doing Duo because it does refresh me on some words, and I've been reading in Japanese in Duo. I'm not using the Romaji anymore. I'm not using that anymore. I am actually reading the characters, and then I'm going to start the first grade kanji characters as well, and I'll try to keep up with recall tests on those. I'm going to do all 80 of them. If I can do it one a day, that should be one a day for all the semester, 16 weeks. That should be about 80. So we'll continue working on that from there. I've already got my next binder set up. I got to print a few more pages off to really set it up to be good to go. And that's pretty much it. I think we're off to a start. I'm kind of excited to start it, but I'm also kind of like, I just want to sleep all the time. So we'll see how that goes. I am going to try my best, like I said. If I can just do a little bit more than this for the next semester, really just be on it. My goal was to at least do 3.5 hours of study time a week for class time, and then that will be more than what I've been doing this time. That's not counting homework time. I did actually look up on average how much class time and homework time college students are supposed to do, and it is such a high amount of work. It's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Like 180 hours of homework. This is per one class, and it was like 44 hours total of class time for a semester, and 180 hours of study time per class. And I was like, if you're taking 4 classes, that's impossible. but I got literally half of that when it comes to the class time on both of these. So it was really, I did really did do um, half the amount of work in a semester than what a real semester would have done. So well, I'm not taking real classes because wouldn't have done so well. But I didn't think it was awful. Like I said, I am learning it. I am reading, being able to read it. Things are getting a little more complicated, but I got to keep going, and hopefully it'll click. If not, then I just will never learn. But yeah, I think that's about it. It's pretty late where well, not pretty late. It's 8:30, but I've been spending up a lot of time up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning playing video games. Now I got to get back into a normal schedule. This sucks. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I kind of spoke fast 'cause I thought I was going to be going over a lot more than what I thought I was, but I just want to give you guys an update. Sorry that I haven't been updating the past 2 weeks. Like I said, I was really just enjoying my break. I literally just did nothing but play games. Oh, that's a lie. I did do some chores, but most of it was video games, and I'm not disappointed. I'm not. I needed that. I needed some gameplay, because I won't be doing as much of it now next semester. But I'm probably gonna start. Excuse me. I'm gonna start my semester starting tomorrow, even though technically it doesn't start until January 16th, I think, is when the semester starts. That's in 2 weeks. But because my work gets into rush in 2 weeks, I'll get behind again. I don't want to get behind, so I'm just going to do the 2 weeks of classes now and next week, and then when we get into rush, at least I will be caught up by the time I get back into actual classes. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Go back to posting every week my progress, and we'll go from there. I know it's kind of the same, kind of boring, but as soon as I start getting better with the Japanese languages, and as soon as I start getting in a better position financially where I can get my animation program, as well as getting better at designing my characters, things hopefully will pick up. I'll be able to start working more on my comic, which will be more interesting. So yeah, sorry in the meantime. I do appreciate for everybody who has stuck around and who continues to stick around. Um, yeah, if there's anything, I'll try to think of some kind of fun challenges to do or whatever, but I am going to be focusing mostly on myself and my studying, so unfortunately that's about it. But if anybody thinks there's anything that they would rather see, I can do like a weekend thing, maybe a stream or something. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, that's it. I'm going to stop now because I'll go in circles. Again, I hope you had a good break, a good Christmas. I hope Santa brought you everything that you wanted. Hope you have a good New Year's, and let's hope that we all make it through this year. See you next weekend.